Hey, I'm Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates, and today's question that every home buyer should ask is, how do I make an offer? If you're getting started with this process, or maybe you've been searching for a while, if you go to open houses and you're looking online, you're starting to learn about the market, you're starting to learn about the houses, you're starting to see what's out there, but what if you're ready to make a purchase? What if you want to go forward with a purchase? A lot of times when I have somebody reach out to me online, they're reaching out to me for one of two reasons. Either they're just getting started and they're wanting to learn more about the process. And I think that's the best way to go, right? The other side of the pendulum is I have people that'll reach out to me and say, Zach, I want to make an offer on this house tomorrow. We've never talked, we've never met. I don't even know if they're pre-approved, and they're ready to make an offer on a house. That's great. And sometimes they're pre-approved and it works out just fine. But a lot of times they're really excited about this house. They have to go see it tonight at 5 o'clock. They're super passionate about seeing it immediately, but they're not ready to make a purchase. Even if they really liked that house, they're still days away from being able to make an offer. And sometimes, especially in the Seattle area, that's too late. So the better spot to be is to be on that, somewhere in that spectrum of I'm just getting started, right? Where you're not at the very tail end trying to scramble to get ready to make an offer. But this offer process, making an offer is actually not that difficult. You could do it on your own, but most people don't. You could hire a lawyer, and most people don't. Generally, what happens when you want to make an offer is you'll talk to a real estate agent. That could be the listing agent. I don't advise making an offer through the listing agent. The biggest reason is because their job is to represent the seller. And if they're representing you as well, I've done videos on this as well in this series. What's the difference, what's a buyer's agent, what's a listing agent, what's a dual agent? They would essentially become a dual agent, and they would be representing the seller and also representing you, which already starts to sound like a terrible idea, a conflict of interest. The seller's agent in that situation, listing agent, gets paid the full commission. They're going to essentially make two commissions to help you write an offer on the house. So some people see, oh, maybe I'm going to get a discount, or maybe I'm going to have a secret path to the victory in this offer, whatever that looks like. Maybe, probably not. I've had situations where clients want to make an offer on a house I'm representing. I typically would have them write an offer with another person on my team, so at least I'm not the one doing that if that's what they're insisting on. But in that situation, they still have to make a good offer. Their offer still has to be the best, or else I'm not representing my client well, right? So as listing agent, their job is to represent the seller. So I would always advise talking to another real estate agent, a buyer's agent, or somebody. I help people buy and sell homes, right? But you want to have somebody that is going to be helping you on this purchase. So you don't want to be talking to that specific listing agent on that property. You could, but that's another area that people go to when they want to start making an offer. But that conversation, generally speaking, is going to be with a real estate agent, preferably a buyer's agent, somebody that's representing you. Once you find the house that you like, it's pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation, right, about what terms you want to offer. And those terms could be, they're going to include things like the price, things like the amount of earnest money, things we've talked about before, what contingencies you want to have in the contract, and then various other terms. But the biggest things we're going to talk about are the price, the terms, and the contingencies in the contract. That's the simplest way to talk about it. In those situations, we're going to want to create your best offer. If it's competitive, it's going to look a little bit different. You're probably going to be minimizing the amount of contingencies, maximizing your offer price, and maybe maximizing your earnest money amount. Now, if it's not a competitive situation and the house has been on the market for longer, we might be able to negotiate the price down. We might be able to have more favorable terms for you and also more contingencies, right? More protection. But that offer process is maybe foreign to somebody that hasn't gone through it before, but I do it every single day as a real estate agent, so it's not a super foreign process. And I really do enjoy educating through that process. I do also have some videos that talk about how to make an offer and what the competitive situation looks like. So I'll make sure to link those up near this video so that you can go and see those. They're a little bit longer. They're more like 20, 25-minute videos. So you can laugh with me, but those are a lot more in depth on this how to make an offer process. But essentially what happens is you find a house, you like it, you talk to me or another real estate agent if that's your situation, and then you can discuss the price, terms, and contingencies you want to include. The forms themselves, at least in Washington State and specifically in the Seattle area, are all pre-written by attorneys. So there's a pretty generic template, and then we're able to, within the scope of our practice, help you craft the offer that you want to make within those terms. And if for some reason we need to include something special, we can always bring in a real estate attorney. But generally speaking, we're able to use those forms to craft your offer. So that's a little like more of a generalization about how to make an offer. But like I said, I'll go ahead and link up those other videos so that you can get more information if you'd like.